Welcome to Solar Study course. In previous lecture, we have seen about the single axis tracking, double axis tracking, and how we do that axis using Python programming using PVLib library that we have seen in last lecture. And also we have demoed the how we can write that axis tracking in Python programming in a Anaconda software using Jupyter Notebook. In this lecture, we will see the GHI and POA using Python programming. Welcome to lecture 20. Myself Karthikeyan. So first we will see the what is GHI, and next we will go for the what is POA. GHI is nothing but global horizontal irradiation. It is nothing but total amount of light is received by per square meter on the ground surface. See in this image you can see here direct sunlight is coming to the ground, but this is horizontal surface with the 1 square meter. So how many amount of radiation is incident on this particular 1 meter square? That is called global horizontal irradiation. Next, what is the POA? It is nothing but a plane of array. It is a combination of a direct solar rays and diffused irradiation and albedo. So it will containing some direct incident light and some reflected light and some scattered light, that and all incident to the array of solar panels. That is called plane of array. Okay. So we will calculate how GHI has been formed and POA has been designed, that we will see here. So basically there are two things. One is GHI and POA. So in POA there is a direct irradiation or plane of array which is incident to the solar panel or array of a solar panel, and again we can characterizing as a POA with some reflected light and diffused light and scattered light. Okay, so we will see here in this image, see this is black indicating this is 1 meter square. So whatever radiation is incident on this 1 meter square, this is called a GHI. Okay, then angle of incidence, that is here you can see altitude, whatever is in given as a altitude, this is called a angle of incidence. Okay, using this angle of incidence we can calculate plane of array. It is nothing but radiation directly from the sun and multiplied by the cosine angle of incidence. Then also we will get the zenith angle. If it is a perpendicular degree, then we will get a zenith angle. Then how many diffused light is coming to the entire surface, that we will go through here. Next, what is DNI and DHI? First of all, we have to know about the GHI. That is, we know it is the total amount of the radiation received from the sun. Then along with that one, there will be two components, that is called DNI, that is direct normal irradiation, and another is diffused horizontal irradiation. What and all this one we will see. DNI is nothing but solar radiation that come from the straight line in the one direction from the sun to a particular position or a particular panel, that is called a DNI. So one rays is directly coming, see here from the sun, rays is directly coming to the solar panel or particular area. This is called a DNI. Then next, what is DHI? This is nothing but solar radiation is coming, but what will happen? It is scattered through some particle which present in the atmosphere and some reflected from the some other surface, then some reflection from the ground. That and all consist a DHI. That is nothing but diffused horizontal irradiation. Finally, the PV module is refused or received diffuse and reflected irradiance. So GHI containing the component of DNI and DHI. Okay. So in here image you can see what and all the direct radiation, reflected radiation, what is the diffused radiation, that you can clearly see in this image. This is the tilted panel. So one is direct radiation, one is reflected, one is diffused. According to this one, we will get the altitude angle, zenith angle, which is called a complete diffusion angle. So what we will do using this angle, we will do a programming to get a plane of array irradiation. So there will be some function. So previously we have seen the PVlib, which containing the irradiation data and some axis tracking data. Similarly, there may be some diffuse angle, which may be zenith angle or altitude, that and all present in this PVlib. So here also we will use PVlib library, then we will conversion GHI and plane of array data, and we will do the programming. Next, how we can calculate GHI? So first of all, we have to know about the GHI cannot be measured directly. Why? Because there will be two components, that is called direct normal radiation and another one is a diffuse horizontal radiation. So that's why we can't measure directly. So what we have to do? We have to measure separate two things, like we have to measure DNI and DHI. Then we have to calculate, then we will get GHI. What is the equation for that one? So GHI is equal to DHI, diffused horizontal irradiation, plus direct normal irradiation into cosine of theta. What is that cosine of theta? That is the angle. Like previously we have seen the altitude angle, same kind of thing we have used here. So while incidenting, we will get the incident angle, that is called theta z. Let me show you what is theta z in here. So here this zenith angle is called as a theta z, angle of diffusion or angle with respect to the diffusion. Okay, so using that one we will calculate GHI. How we will calculate the DNI? That is used by some radiometer, that is called absolute cavity radiometer. What it will do? It will collect the data from the solar radiation and it will stored here. So we will get the some amount of the excess of data from the sun. So this absolute cavity radiometer are considered the most accurate method of the solar radiation measurement, and it is form of the basis of world radiometric reference. There will be one standard that is called world radiometric reference. Using that one, they have designed cavity radiometer, so it is easy to calculate and we will get the data DNI using solar radiation using this cavity radiometer. So another thing, how we will get the DHI. For DHI also some other radiometric kind of data, that is called irradiation sensor. From that one we will get the irradiation data and we will store it in data acquisition system. So diffusion horizontal irradiation is the terrestrial irradiation received by the horizontal surface which has been the scattered or diffused by the atmosphere. So we are get the lot of data by the scattering and reflection and diffusion. So that and all we will collect the radiation sensor. So from that one we will get a DHI. So finally using this formula we can get the GHI of the solar radiation. Global horizontal irradiation we will get. Now we will see the program demo. So here we will see how we can get the radiation pattern. So here I will explain that program demo here. Later we will type this program in a actual Jupyter book. We will run this one. So I'm just telling that some glimpse of the program. So again, so what we will do? We will do first library. What and all we required? PV library that we already installed, and what we will import from the library, location and irradiation, because we have to get a plane of array. Then another thing, for a plotting and data acquisition system or data analysis, we require pandas and plotting matplotlib. Okay, so we will use that one. So what we will do, import pandas as PD, from matplotlib import pyplot as a plt. That we will do. Then here we are using golden and Colorado time scale. So we will define the location. What is that? Longitude and latitude, and location we have to store in time zone, that is as in a variable called site. We will store that location, that values latitude and longitude. Okay, then what we will do, calculate the clear sky ghi and transpose to plane of array. Using ghi calculation we will get a plane of array, that we will do the programming. So, and another thing what we again we will do, we will define the function that we can reuse for a sequence of operation. So we have to define some function. So there may be a too many iteration, like we will get a 1 day radiation, 2 day radiation. So we have to plot again and again. So that's why we have to define some function that we will do by a containing like a tilt angle, location, date, time, that and all containing in this function. And also we will assign different locations that you see in this program. And we will define a function get irradiance, what and all we require, site location, date, tilt angle, surface azimuth angle. Then we have to import times. How we will use that one, using pd data range, what and all data we require, that is 24 hours 6 month period, that we have to use. Or if we have data like 3 months data, we have to replace that's like 3 month data. Then how many times we require, frequency of plotting, that is called a 10-minute data we have to plot. So what it will do, the scaling is nothing but a 10-minute data. So suppose we are getting 24 hours data, that will divided in a 10-minute each samples. So we can change anything, like if we are getting 24 hours, we can do one 15-minute data or half an hour data, it's okay, no problem, we have to sampling, that's it. So then we have to define what is the sky, whether it is a clear sky or not. To generate a clear sky data using a initial model, that is also present in this PV library, that we will import. Then later we will do the solar position. How we will get the position, by using this latitude and longitude we will get the exact position of the solar. Then we will see how many radiation is coming from the sunlight to that exact position. So from that one we will get a POA and site location. Then finally we will calculate the plane of array irradiance. How? Using this tilt angle, azimuth angle, DNI, GHI, because that is required, that and all present in the PV library. We have to import, that's it. Then we have to put actual value which is present in our data. So clear sky with the DNI and clear sky with the GHI and DHI. And azimuth angle, what is the azimuth angle with the position. So when radiation changes, like sun is moving from east to west side, at that time zenith angle also changes. So zenith angle is nothing but a cos of theta z in the formula. So that we will use, and then we have to store that data. Then later what we have to do, plotting. So for plotting, what and all we have to get, first irradiation data, because in order to plot we required irradiation data from the sun. So that we will store from where to where, like this is the 6/20/2020 data. Okay, so we got the summer irradiation, winter irradiation, that and all stored in a data which is present in the PVlib. We can do our separate Excel data also, no problem. So then what we have to do, in order to get a time frame, so we have to convert like data frame indices to hour to minute. Sometime it is in the form of a day, like 1 day, which is containing maybe not in the hour or data format. So we have to change that one. There may be a second format, that data acquisition system, which is acquiring in single second in some data, or some data acquisition system containing the 15 minute, like each 15 minute it will take a data from the solar radiation to the data acquisition system. So what we have to do in this case, we have to convert that all the minute data into hour colon minute data, because of easy to plotting or easy to data analysis. Then finally we have to plot the figures, what and all, two axes, what and all require that is x-axis and y-axis, like irradiation in the y-axis and time with the x-axis, that and all we have to see, like then we will see the summer irradiation and winter irradiation. Here in the summer irradiation we will get the GHI, and another one is the POA data. So we will get the DHI and POA data in a single plot. Then next, what is the X label and what is the Y label, and a plotting, and we will put legend like what is the that curve indicating, that we will do. So let's see the output of this program. See here. So everyone knows that how irradiation is looks like morning there is no data, whenever sunlight is coming it start getting irradiation, that is in a bell curve. See, you can see the bell curve. So what is this first diagram indicated? This is the summer time, how we will get a actual radiation during summer, because summer there is a more sunlight. So by the way we will get the more irradiation. So where it will go to almost it is reaching 900 watt per meter square irradiation. It is during summer. So what and all GHI and POI component, let's see. This yellow line containing the POA, plane of array, this is nothing but how many radiation is coming in all direction. This is in yellow curve. Then a GHI, global horizontal irradiation, for a particular surface how much irradiation is coming, that is indicated in a blue color. So here you can see the GHI and PO at a summer day. So finally what we have get to know about that, if we get any irradiation data we will get a GHI and plane of array, and what is the irradiation is coming to solar panel. So what is the use of that one? So if we get the data acquisition system we will get to know that how much irradiation I am getting throughout the summer. Okay, so let's see, we will go for the another output. Here we have assigned the winter data. So winter anyhow there will be less radiation, less sunlight, so that's why we will get the irradiation up to where around 700 watt per meter square. So here yellow line is indicating plane of array and blue is GHI. So now clearly we can see that at the summer time we are get the more irradiation data and winter side very less. If you want to plot at the spring time or rainy season we can plot that one also, but at that time we won't get the sufficient irradiation data. So first of all using this one we will get to know about the performance. So let's suppose we will think about the our solar panel is not working but the data acquisition system is working. So what it will do, from the input we will get the much more irradiation, but output side we can't get the actual output of the irradiation. So at this time we will get to know that there may be a chances of problem in the solar panel, because I am getting sufficient irradiation from the data acquisition system but not getting the output power from the solar panel. So that's why that time we will get to know about the performance of the solar panel using this irradiation data. Welcome to the demo session of the lecture 20. So we have seen about the POA and GHI, global horizontal irradiation and plane of array. So we have seen the calculation and what and all component containing the GHI, that we have seen in lecture. So now we will go for the demo of this plot, how we will get this output using Python programming using pvlib library. So I will do the Python programming using Jupyter notebook as we did in lecture 19. Same thing we will do here. What I will do, I will import pandas. So for data we require pandas, import pandas as pd, then import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. What I want to import, I want to import irradiation. So previously we have seen the important solar position. for axis tracking. Here we will use irradiation. Sorry, irradiation. Yes, done. So I wrote two things. One is location and irradiance. Whatever I want to shift something, just I will do the interchange. Everything is fine, no problem. So irradiation I have took and importing location. Sorry, TION. Okay. Now we will run this one. So import. So now it is done. We will see line 1. It is there is no error. Now we will see in this example how we will use PV location and PV irradiation to generate a clear sky as well as total irradiance using POA plane of array irradiance at the clear sky. So two example we can see. One is at a summer location, another at a winter location. So now I wrote a time zone. It is using Golden Colorado. So same thing as a previous programming. So here we have used this location with the latitude 39 and longitude -80. Then time range same I will use like this, and latitude is 39.75510. If you know any location you can took that one, because PV library it containing built-in some location. So I'm using that one. Then again site location, what I have to import location with the latitude, longitude and time zone. So that I have wrote. So now site location is over. Then now calculate the clear sky, GHI and transpose to plane of array. Okay, we will do that one. So another thing we have to define the function. So we can do a iterations using this function, because I want to call it two times. One is for summer location, another for winter time. So that's why I will define function. Then we will use for the sequence of operation. So first of all we have used some location, then we will plot that one. So I will define this function, defining what I have to get irradiance. Okay, from where? This site location. And what and all I need? Site location, date, tilt angle and surface azimuth angle. So here I have created 10 minutes each of interval, because I am containing, so 24 hours I can divide it in 50 minutes each or 10 minutes each as our dependency. So here we have divided 10 minutes each, so 24 into 6 periods. Okay, how many days? 6 days we can get. Then a site location we have call it as a data range, and this will data range is going to the data frame. This time is a data frame, it is accessed using pandas PD. So now we can generate a clear sky model, and for now we have to get a GHI. We required DNI and DHI, so that we will add here. So what is the clear sky? Now clear sky is nothing but site location with the clear sky with that time. What is the times that we have got that particular data range and that period? 6 months of data, sorry, 6 days of data. So that 6 days we are getting clear sky. Then solar position, where it is according to the time. In this time we are getting the data time, so that will add it to the solar position. Then we will calculate POI irradiance. Same thing, what and all we required. One is tilt angle, clear sky, which containing the DNI, GHI and DHI, that we are doing at the clear sky. Then we will put solar zenith angle. What is the solar position? What is the zenith position? That we will put here. Then similarly for the azimuth angle. So all will return to the particular data frame, that is using pandas. So I will get GHI for the clear sky and POA for irradiance. Okay, so later now we have defined all these things. Now what I have to do, I have to plot a solar irradiation, nothing but plane of array irradiance POA and global horizontal irradiation during summer time and winter time. So what thing? Summer irradiation I have to define and winter irradiance. What I have to get irradiance? Which one? From where? That we have to define here from the site. What is the site location? Here already we have defined from this location. Okay, so I will call that one. Get irradiance from site, which date, like this date, and from angle, and we have to define some frames which and all required 25 and 180, and same thing for winter irradiation. Fine. Then we have got this thing. Okay, so this is defined for 25-degree tilt. Then this data frame will be converted into hour and minute. So same thing, we will just converting that to hour and minute. Okay, now we got all the data in the summer irradiance and winter irradiance. So we have to plot it, only that's it. So figure, two figure I required, what and all subplots 1 and 2, it should be true. Okay, this is just getting for grid, that kind of thing. Inbuilt plot, you can just check plt dot subplot, you will get the all the requirement terms, like how many plot, one plot, you if you want one plot you can put one, if you want two plot two. Then summer irradiance, what and all you required ghi and poa during summer time. Then again you require winter irradiance. Okay, that is also two plot which containing ghi and poa. Then axis label, x label with the time of the day in the summer and winter, and y label it is in a irradiance format. Then plot legend, and we have to show the plot. So now we will run this one. Here it is showing star mark, it is running, so it will take around 1 to 2 minutes. Yeah, I got the exact output whatever we have seen in the lecture. So like this we can do the GHI and plane of array. Similarly we will go for the plotting solar module data and irradiation data. Suppose if I am getting only irradiation from the data acquisition system, that is also can be plot using Python programming. So here we have used inbuilt library that is called pvlib, that has been developed in a Sandia model. So that we have used. Similarly, if you don't want to use this inbuilt library, we can create our own programming, like own library also possible. But what is the benefit of PV library? It already containing some of the irradiation. So in order to get irradiation, we no need to write a code for separate irradiation location. We just import that libraries. So according to the, while putting, like you can see longitude and latitude, whatever location you just change this latitude and longitude, you can put your data. So similarly you can plot here using Python. So we have seen here like GHI and plane of array, how we can do the Python programming using inbuilt function that is called pvlib, that we have seen here. Thank you.